Suicide Squad, Oscar winner. 4 words I never thought I would say. I'm Alicia Malone, and this is Screen Junkies News. Today's episode of Screen Junkies News is brought to you by the Uncarrier, introducing T-Mobile One. All unlimited, all in. Couple of big surprises happened at the Oscars last night. To help me talk about all of this, I've got Andy Signor. Hi.
Hi.
Ross Cornett. Hi. Hi. Matt Key. Hi.
Hi.
I'm starting the hi as well as the bye just to be extra annoying.
Sounds like you're plucking your hair.
Mixing it up a little bit.
Ow, ow, ow. But before we get into talking about Suicide Squad, I want to touch on the big shock of the night, because I know you guys did a video which broke it all down, but I wasn't with you last night, so I wanted to share my thoughts. So I was live on CNN at that point, and they said La La Land has won. So I was like, yay, that's what I thought. And then they said, oh no, just joking, they didn't win. And it was so confusing and shocking. I couldn't believe that it actually happened, that it went down. And looking at the footage, I mean, you can see Warren Beatty just being so confused about what he was reading. And then Faye Dunaway brought it out and read it out. But I'm just glad that, in a weird way, that my two favorite movies got their moment.
They both won
shine.
in a weird way. Hey, wait, so were they feeding you? Were you watching?
I couldn't see anything, no.
Okay.
So I eventually saw the clip. Of course, they replayed it multiple times to when we're talking about it.
Oh, they replayed it.
Oh, yeah.
But when I was live, no, I couldn't see anything. So it was just hearing the hosts talk about it. And I was like, what? And my face, I think I was just like, I was so shocked.
I feel like this is, and we talked about this last night, there was obviously the streaker. In what year was the streaker?
I can't remember, but yeah.
But other than that, this is the biggest Oscar shocking moment ever. I think you're Oscar obsessed. What do you think?
I think so, because it's never happened before, because of the fact that they keep the envelopes in the briefcase and they have them locked away, and only 2 people know the winners on either side of the stage. Obviously, there were duplicate cards, and somehow Warren got the second card for Best Actress. Maybe there was 3 cards for her. Who knows? But it's never happened before, and it was a big shock. But hopefully people will go and see Moonlight after this.
I hope so. I mean, I hope people don't not take that win fair. I don't know. It's so frustrating that happened. And I also thought it was frustrating they didn't really get their moment. It was sort of like,
It was kind of
I'm going to speak quickly because I don't even know if they're going to take this away from me.
I know.
It just was kind of a bummer. Like, I almost wish they had, I don't care if it was late. Like, we're resetting. Everyone sit back down. The winner is Moonlight.
Yeah.
And they should have. The producers should have taken over and just done it like Adele did at the Grammys.
Yeah, let's redo
And they
it.
should have done it. They had the opportunity. They knew it was going. Everyone sit. I wish someone had just done that so we could have had a proper moment for them, because I think that was unfair that they rushed and they were so confused that they didn't actually think about, well, crap, what are we doing to the people who won?
Yeah.
It was just...
I agree. And I was glad that Jordan Horowitz, the producer of La La Land, realised the mistake and stopped it, because it was just starting to go on. You could see people rushing in the background. And
He handled that, I thought, with so much grace. And he and Barry Jenkins have had some really nice exchanges on Twitter.
yeah, I mean, they've been doing the
rooting
whole
for each other.
award season together. They're at Telluride where their films premiered.
But it was hard on Moonlight, and too bad that I agree, they didn't fully get their moment, but man, that was hard on the La La Land producers as well to have that.
Give it back.
And you could see them up there taking the Oscars back from people.
I know.
Like, oh man.
Well, you could tell, like, because even that one guy's like, we lost, whatever. But he clearly knew and was still talking.
Well, he must have just heard it, because he was like, and Damien Chazelle,
But yeah, I can't even imagine
but we
what that's
lost,
like.
You know, it's just like, it's hard to process. But there is something nice about La La Land giving the award to Moonlight. Plus, it also seems fitting for the end of La La Land. It's like, nope, it didn't actually happen. That was just a sequence.
And the underdog really did then totally. I mean, what an underdog story. It was, look, amazing television.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing television.
Very mean for a lot of people and probably not very fun for a lot of people. And I'm sure someone's getting fired. None of that's fun. But man, that was great TV.
It really was. It's a moment that we'll be talking about for a long time coming. And I'm glad that La La Land, you know, it got the awards I think that it deserved. And it didn't have the huge sweep that everyone
they spread
predicted.
it out.
And I love La La Land too.
It was just a really good year for movies, and those are 2 great movies that will now have that much more attention on them, especially Moonlight, which is a smaller film. film that many people haven't seen yet. And I think now they're just going to be so curious to see it. And La La Land for those who haven't. So I think that's great. I think it's actually it's an unfortunate thing and really hard on those people, but that is the good that will come out of it ultimately.
Absolutely. And do you think people are going to see Suicide Squad now after its win? First off, what do you think, Andy, about Suicide Squad winning for makeup?
Why are you making me walk that minefield? I mean, that's just not fair. I mean, look, it had good makeup. No, look, I don't even think Joker's makeup was ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It's like Killer Croc is cool, and there's the tattoos on the guy, and Jared Leto looks so silly. I don't know. There wasn't that much else nominated that was
but even
better.
Star Trek Beyond, I thought, had really good prosthetics and great. They had the most makeup, which is usually the rule in makeup, and even Manco.
I'm not going to hate. It is what it is, but it's now an Academy Award winner, and good for them, I suppose. They've now beaten the MCU to their first. The DCU has now beaten the MCU to their first Oscar. Hey, kudos. It is weird. We were talking. All three Batman movies with Jokers are the only ones that have won Oscars.
Joker's
Batman
the key.
'89.
Joker's the key.
Got art direction, I think, and then Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, obviously, and now Suicide Squad has. Makeup.
Yeah, Matt, you've got the list.
I do have the list. Batman won Best Art Direction. Do we want to do all the comic book movies?
No,
or just
just
the
Batman.
Okay.
Batman.
Batman got Best Art Direction. It did win that. Batman Returns was nominated. Sorry, my computer is now.
It was nominated for 2, and then Batman Forever was nominated for like cinematography, which I didn't realize.
Yeah, it was nominated for.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So look, it's not the first, but
Not the
And
first.
Batman Begins was nominated for Best Achievement in Cinematography, and Batman Dark Knight got Best Supporting Actor.
So the rule is to win an
posthumously.
Oscar.
Have the Joker.
Yeah, have the Joker.
I mean, look, everybody thought Star Trek Beyond was going to win. That was the one that was predicted to win. And I think it is great makeup, and it would have made sense for that to win. I am owning my bias, because when I have bias, I own them. And my boyfriend's company did the makeup for Suicide Squad, the Killer Croc makeup specifically. So I will say nothing on that. I will
he looked good.
I will say that I thought Star Trek Beyond was going to win, but I will also say here's the other place where I think some of this stuff gets confused, where people think that the quality of the film should dictate whether or not it has an Oscar, full stop. And I don't agree. If it was the best of its year in that category, whether this year Suicide Squad was or not, then it should win that category. Here are 2 examples. One is that in 2015, Bad Grandpa was nominated, the Jackass movie, nominated for makeup against Dallas Buyers Club. And the truth is, Bad Grandpa, the Jackass movie, should have won that Academy Award.
It had amazing makeup.
It had amazing makeup.
Really amazing
they were
makeup.
fooling people in real life, y'all. In person. They made Johnny Knoxville look like an old man. That should have won Best Makeup. Dallas Buyers Club is a great movie. It deserved all the accolades that it got. But that was mostly weight loss that was selling that illness, and very little minimalistic makeup. It should have won.
Even the makeup person admitted she spent like $20 on makeup.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bad Grandpa should have won that Oscar. I'm sorry. And then Transformers was nominated for sound mixing 3 different times. And whatever you think about the Transformers movies, that is awesome, awesome sound design in those movies.
And I'm going to fight on that because we were arguing this before, but it's true. And it lost. The first Transformers should have won because a lot of the Transformers are borrowing a lot from the first Transformers sound-wise. But it beat Bourne Ultimatum beat it by first sound. And look, I'm sure there was some good punches and things.
One's
but
a better movie,
borrowing
for sure.
from the previous Bourne libraries, Transformers definitely should have taken that Best Sound Award.
Yeah, because to me, I think sometimes you're voting on what you think the better movie is, but not was it technically the best in that category.
Yeah, that's why each category has to be seen in isolation. And with La La Land, I thought it was going to win Best Costume and just for the yellow dress. But, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, those costumes, melding the 20s with the Harry Potter world, I thought they were quite special. Of course, Colleen Atwood is amazing. Yeah. So,
I'm very glad that won over La La Land.
Me too.
They were
too.
just clothes in La La Land.
Me too. So it's like, that the idea of Suicide Squad being an Oscar winner is weird, but I agree with you. If it was the best in that category, then it should have won. I still don't think it was, but I'm no makeup expert. Hey, Matt, over there with your laptop.
Yes.
Can you tell me some other comic book movies that have won Oscars?
I can. Superman won in 1978 for Best Visual Effects. Let's see. Let's go all the way back. The Mask of Zorro. No, The Mask of Zorro was nominated. Sorry. I thought there was another one. I think Superman's the first one to ever win an Oscar.
Yes.
Batman won for Best Art Direction. Let's just see
lot
here.
of
I'm going down the
Batman.
list here. I think Spider-Man won for, Spider-Man 2 won for Best Visual Effects. The Incredibles, do we count that? That was a superhero movie.
Yeah, I count
Animated.
that. I know, it's so interesting. I wonder how long it'll be till Marvel gets their shot at Oscars. I mean, Doctor Strange was nominated for Best Visual Effects, and it was just because it was up against Jungle Book, which was amazing visually. But
Well, talk
Doctor
about
Strange was amazing
makeup
too.
for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 looks incredible. Like, I would hope that would have got even the first one.
They were nominated, I think, for the first one for makeup, weren't they? Do we want to fact check that?
Which movie?
Guardians.
I think they were,
I
yes.
know.
Nominated,
Yeah.
yeah. And
They were
do you-
nominated for Best Achievement in Makeup and in Visual Effects, but they didn't win either.
Yeah. Do you think that comic book films have a shot? You know how they widened the Best Picture category specifically to get more eyeballs on the Oscar telecast, and so they'd have more popular films. It hasn't happened yet. Do you think that
I mean,
could
this
happen?
year, I loved Logan.
Logan.
And it's like, if there was a film that maybe could eke out and be that sort of Dark Knight favorite, I would put jockey hard for Logan to get in there, because it really does, I think, twist the head. So I hope at some point, if the movie's good, it should get in there. And I thought Logan was great.
I mean, look, the Oscars, and we know this, doesn't have a great record with genre, period. Comedy, science fiction, any genre.
Even animated rarely gets in Best Picture.
Exactly. So to open that door, I think it does take a movie that is like The Dark Knight in that it has a darker tone, it has a more serious feel. It feels like a film, a drama, as well as being a comic book movie. And Logan may be the thing. It may be.
I can't wait to see Logan. You guys are making me pumped.
I don't want to oversell it though.
Yeah, just go enjoy
Just,
it.
it's like
go
not
enjoy
that,
it. It's
you
just a movie.
know,
Just
put
see
down your
it.
expectations.
Just see it
movie.
casually.
Whatever,
I'll
it's
just be like,
fine.
I'll shrug while I buy a ticket.
Yeah,
If that makes
it's
you
like
happy.
whatever.
Whatevs.
Whatever.
And then I'll be like, wow. So we did our little predictions on Friday. Roth, you were not here. So Dan did his predictions, and you're going to stand in for Dan.
I'm Dan Murrell.
So you are now Dan. Champion. Yeah.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah.
So much
Multiple
smarter
champion.
and accomplished all
He
of a
got
sudden.
like 3 or 4 belts. I don't know what he's up to these days. So here were the final scores. I'm going to tell you the scores for our Raw ones, and then when we added in the extra categories.
points.
So Raw ones, Dan won with 16, correct? Then me with 15 and Andy with 14. But Andy, you predicted correctly in the telecast that there would be 16 jokes about Matt Damon.
You literally got
I thought it said
three.
Oh, sorry, 3. That's
you
your
got,
total
if there were
points.
16, I was
Say,
going
that
to be
was
so
really
impressed.
Sorry. 3. Just write that down. 3. So you got extra 2 points, which leaves you at 16, which makes you the winner.
Ah!
Yay! Equal winner with Dan, actually. So Dan, you won as well as Andy. So do
So
we
basically
have
you lost,
Basically,
Alicia.
I lost. Yeah.
Wow.
Lost the
one who
Oscars.
should have won.
Predictions. Yes.
Well, you were only one away on the main one.
Yeah, I was one away on
Without
the main
all the
one.
weird rules.
I didn't guess the mispronounced
Affleck.
names.
You
And
didn't
I
go for
get
Casey Affleck, right?
Isabelle Huppert.
I like that in
Yeah, I did
our
go for
graphics,
Casey.
they're playing our predictions, and you and I are in the same graphic because we had the same exact prediction.
I know.
So we both lost. We lost together, Alicia.
So do we know the reward? Do you know the reward and punishment?
I do know the rewards and punishment. The rewards are going to be that we have to break out into a La La Land number about the winners. So
That's a reward?
So we have to sing. We have to sing to you, Andy, and then we all have
I'm
to sing to
good.
Dan.
Okay.
You have to sing to Andy, and then Andy and I have to sing to Dan or something. I don't know. And then your punishment, I'm going to give you 2 options for your punishment.
Oh.
You either have to do a limerick about how much you love Batman, or you have to talk off the cuff about the 5 best things about superhero movies and how they've elevated movies for the better.
Oh, gosh. Okay, I'll do the 5 best things. Do I have to do it now?
Yes.
Okay. The 5 best things about superhero movies and how they've elevated movies in general.
Oh God, I feel
Number
bad
one,
watching.
an egg.
Number one, they get people to the theaters. You know,
Oh.
people do want to go to the cinema to see these movies, so they get people to go back and spend money and go and see movies in theaters, which is important because I don't want to lose the theater experience. Number 2.
Employ a lot of people.
Yeah, they employ a lot of people. Thanks, Andy. A lot of people. And we see a lot of people like Kurt Russell, who's great to see, because I know you love Kurt, on camera.
Casting, that's sort of a third thing.
That
Yeah,
pandering.
so they employ a lot of people, huge crews. You look at the big credits and you go, wow, that's a lot of people all over the world. Number 3, the casting is great. They give people, great actors a chance to be
Pay
in
for their kids'
these big
colleges.
movies.
Why are you
Yeah,
cheating?
have a lot of money, and get a trailer and lots of catering and stuff like that.
There's really good craft services.
Number 4.
Lets them live the lifestyle. Continue.
It helps the economy. The American movies, make a lot of money in China places, and that makes Hollywood churn. And number 5, they keep me in a job. Because probably Screen Junkies wouldn't exist without all of these movies to talk about. So thank you.
Good work.
Comic book movies.
Thank you, comic book movies.
Ta-da.
Thank you, Alicia Malone.
And Matt
Very
wants to
well
say
done.
something?
I would just like to add, as a giant comic book fan in general, not necessarily the movies, but of comic books in general, the comic book movies have led a lot more people to read a lot more comic books.
Yes.
And
Reading is great.
And I learned to read a lot
Literacy.
from reading comic books as a child. So comic books are directly linked to kids learning how to read.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that.
Comic books and
because-
Harry Potter, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, because all jokes aside, it is great to have people go to comic books and read that artwork.
Yeah.
It's, and so yay. Okay, that was
See?
my
6
punishment.
things.
It's a reward.
Oh, I'm good. How about, can I just not take the reward
You
as
can
my
not
reward?
take it.
I accept that.
Andy is literally requesting that we don't sing as his record, which means now I'm
Technically,
going to
that is
sing.
my reward.
That's it. All right.
Dun,
I
dun,
want
dun,
to
dun,
be
dun,
in the
dun,
room
dun,
where it
dun,
happens.
dun, dun,
The
dun,
room
dun,
where-
dun.
I'm doing Hamilton and they're doing La La Land.
Can I complain about? I didn't get to complain about Hamilton enough.
City of Stars.
Can I complain because everyone doesn't want me to?
I'm afraid.
I am so annoyed that Lin Miranda took that moment away from Moana. I
No,
forget her
he's not
name.
actually
That was the most forced,
No.
silliest moment ever.
He
Let me set the
added
tone for
to
the
it.
girl's gonna sing, even though this has nothing to do with anything.
No, he's a national treasure.
No,
Exactly.
he was only there because he made Hamilton. They're like, we gotta use him. Let's ruin this
He was
song.
nominated.
made it.
That is a
better.
beautiful song, and he ruined it, and he set up a weird, wrong tone to that song because it's a nice ballad,
He's
and I didn't need to hear
amazing.
bad
He was-
rapping before the big Disney ballad. That was ridiculous.
No.
He's an international
look,
treasure.
respect, but that was shameful.
He's not
Should have said
throwing
no,
away
Lynn.
his
You're
shots.
allowed to say no, Lynn.
He's not throwing away his
Oh,
shots.
absolutely. Can we start the Lin-Manuel Miranda backlash?
No.
Enough.
No.
That's all we have time for. We're going to wrap this up.
Hot and bothered. Ah!
Mackie, Andy Signal, Ross Garnett, thank you so much.
Forget Suicide Squad.
Whoa,
Coming for you, Lynn.
wow, watch
I like
out.
everybody loves him. What can I do?
Watch out, Lynn.
Booze.
Andy's coming for you. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of this year's Oscars, what you think about Suicide Squad winning its award, and what you think of Lin-Manuel Miranda. Let us know in the comments below, and click over here to see more from Screen Junkies News. We'll see you soon.